With 3 rounds left to go, the Triton Showers National Rally Championship title race is turning into one of the most tantalising tussles we've ever had. Looking for his 4th National Rally title, Josh Moffett has fallen away from the top spot in the series after dropping his scores in the last 2 rounds in Carlow and in Limerick. The Monaghan ace is 16 points off the top of the standings. However, he is the only driver to win 2 rallies so far in 2024 and moves right into contention when 2 dropped scores are considered. Gary Kiernan's 1 point ahead of Moffett on his debut year in Rally 2 level. He has a clean sheet of finishes in 2024, but 6th place in Monaghan has been his strongest result. His omission from the Tipperary Stonethrowers Rally entry list surely puts him out of the title race. Tied on points with Kiernan, but boasting a Mayo Stages Rally win and 2 subsequent runner-up finishes, Sam Moffett's in the hunt for his 2nd National Championship title, heading into the deciding rounds. The Hyundai hopeful is back on the stages for the first time since a heavy impact on May's Carlow Stages Rally. While Carlow was a nightmare for Moffett, it was a dream come true for Daniel Cronin, who picked up his maiden National Rally win and propelled him into the season's title hunt. 1 point adrift of the championship leader and an ever-present threat at the top of the timesheets, is this the year that the boy from Bantry claims the National Championship crown? Well, not if Eddie Doherty can help it. The Kilkenny Flyer has gone from strength to strength in his first year aboard the Skoda Fabia R5. 2nd in Carlow, followed by top points in Limerick, and all that aligned with 2 Power Stage wins. Doherty is the new kid on the block in Ireland's Rally 2 races. Podium finishes on each one of his National Rally starts this year have ensured his place at the top of the leaderboard with just 3 rounds to go. The scene is set for another almighty day of National Rally Championship action in the beautiful Tipperary countryside. The picturesque town of Clonmel was once again the base for the weekend, with Rally HQ located at the Talbot Hotel in the town. Scrutiny, park fermé and service was all located in the spacious Clonmel Racecourse, a fantastic asset for the Tipperary Light Car and Motorcycle Club to have right on their doorstep.
Irish people love their Triton showers, so it may come as surprising that we're asking you to get out of the shower! Naturally, being a Triton shower, you won't want to. And so we're gently reminding you to save water by taking the Triton 5-minute challenge. So, towels at the ready? You'll feel as good when you get out of the shower as you did when you were in it. Triton, for a cleaner conscience.
Josh Moffett and Keith Moriarty are aiming for a hat-trick of Tipperary Stonethrowers Rally wins this Sunday, a much-needed boost to their National Rally Championship title hopes. Interestingly, Moffett has turned back to his old love, swapping his Citroen C3 for the 5-year-old Hyundai i20 that brought him 2 national and 1 Irish tarmac title.
Yeah, look, we just decided to try something different for the weekend, so I'm sure we'll be back in the Citroen for the next one, but yeah, look at it, it's certainly a different driving style compared to the Citroen, so it could take a stage or two to bed in, but hopefully we'll be okay.
You'll be back flinging it around again?
I'd say so, yeah.
Series leaders Eddie Doherty and co-driver Tom Murphy are seated just behind Moffett on the Stonethrowers Rally, and it's fair to say they've hit a bit of a purple patch of form this summer. The Skoda Fabia R5 crew are on a streak of 3 runner-up finishes. Could this be their first ever overall victory?
Yeah, no, it's probably something we didn't expect to start the year, but yeah, so far so good for us. After finishing every round, I think it's after standing to us more than anything else, so no, looking forward to another good battle here with everyone.
You're not that far from home here?
No, 40 minutes from home, but still, I wouldn't really be up around this direction. Similar enough road, probably same characteristics as a home, kind of smooth, flat, good surface, so no, looking forward to it.
Daniel Cronin and Sam Moffett complete the top 4 entrants, vying for those crucial championship points with Josh Moffett and Eddie Doherty.
Yeah, they're actually lovely stages. Fast, people saying they're very fast, but they're, kind of nice, kind of fast. There's driving to them, so yeah, looking forward now today. I'd say it's going to be dry, maybe showers later on, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can get into a lot of quick lads here again today, so yeah, we'll just go out and try our best and hopefully we're competitive and see what happens.
Yeah, no, all good. Glad to get back out now. Last time we done a round in the National, we were in a hedge, so look, we dropped rounds, it's still all to play for, we're still in a good position, so look, need a good result today. Fast stages, so let's get the right tyres this morning and go for it.
And rounding out the top 5, County Derry's Desi Henry has paired up with champion co-driver Andy Hayes for the first time, a potent pairing perhaps for the Stonethrowers stages.
Jason, you enjoy these rounds of the Triton Showers Championship?
I do, Killian. I know me and Paddy were saying even this one more so because with driver's briefing last night there, and we were straight chilled out this morning you get up and you just come over here and get ready to go, like, so no, it's very good and a bit more relaxed. The big ones like takes a lot of time, and we're working stuff there at the moment. Just don't have the time, so no, really enjoying that.
Rob, a nice, fast, flowing event here for you this weekend.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It was a very good event the last time we did it up here, and we said we'd come up and do it again directly. It looks class, very committed stages, and nothing too flat out, but just real high speed and committed. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Should be a good event.
David, a few gremlins the last time out in Carlow. It didn't go to plan. Hopefully better luck today.
Hopefully better luck today. I was just saying there, we've had a few issues over the last couple of events, so please God we've them all ironed out now, and yeah, we'll get a clean run today and see how it'll go. There's a lot of competition here, so it's nice to sort of benchmark and see how we go against the lads and have a bit of fun in the meantime as well as the lads.
8 fast and flowing stages greet the 160 crews set to take on round 6 of the 2024 Triton Showers National Rally Championship. An unlikely match made in heaven. Josh Moffett and his ageing Hyundai i20 back together, hoping to reignite their national championship campaign with some of that form from those past 2 years. Moffett's Citroen has demanded a different driving style so far this year, but back behind the wheel of the Hyundai, it didn't take long for the reigning champion to start throwing the old girl around Tipperary's high-paced corners. Even with this small moment, with a solid bank, Moffett and Moriarty still claimed Stage 1's fastest time, tied to the same 10th of a second as championship rivals Daniel Cronin and Donncha Burke. It was like wearing an old glove, as fastest times on the next two stages, Grain and Newchapel, gave Moffett a welcome 4.2 second lead heading into Tipperary's opening service halt. What was even more worrying for those behind, Moffett reckoned he was still to find his usual rhythm.
Well, was it like reuniting with an old friend?
Kind of was now, yeah, but it's a lot different to the Citroen, so it just took a bit of getting used to. But yeah, I don't know if the tyres went over pressure there. The last quarter of that stage was very slippy. It was quite tricky in there towards the end.
Daniel Cronin's Volkswagen Polo R5 was wearing some damage to its front bumper after clipping a chicane on Tipperary's Naden's opener. He was Moffett's closest threat on Sunday morning's smooth stages, with a second fastest time, only half a second off Moffett's benchmark, keeping him in contention on stage 3.
It's nice to be up there battling with Josh, but yeah, he's going hard, and the margins are so small. Like, every mistake is a half second. So yeah, we'll keep trying now and hold the road.
After missing Limerick's Circuit of Munster, Sam Moffett and James O'Reilly were lacking that final bit of commitment to keep up with the two in front. It wasn't much, but on Tipperary's pacey stages, it did make a difference. Moffett finished the Stonethrowers opening loop in third, 4.3 seconds behind Cronin.
We done a 53.7, and I wouldn't say it's good enough. I'm still just not committing in the fast stuff at all, and braking's good actually, but yeah, my commitment on the fast stuff's just not there.
Eddie Doherty and Tom Murphy have had a dream debut this season in the Triton Towers National Rally Championship. The championship leaders had a nightmare start to round 6 though. An electrical glitch left their Skoda without a gear display, which left Doherty to guess which gear he was in, breaking into every chicane at junction. The Kilkenny pilot remained as committed as ever though through Sunday morning's initial 3 stages, but he had no answer to his title rivals, falling to 4th and 5.5 seconds shy of Sam Moffett.
We've a wiring issue.
Right,
Gear indicator isn't working, that's not working. We found it difficult to get into stage mode.
So just through you really?
Yeah, the whole stage was looking to see our gear.
Jason Mitchell and Paddy McCrudden hustled their Volkswagen Polo R5 to the 5th fastest time on stage 1, but were soon demoted to 6th by the Citroen C3 of Desi Henry and Andy Hayes.
Into 4 left, continues for 30, tightens to 2 in gravel, tightens to 2, and 2 right plus, 50, slippy square left gravel, all slippy here, and 3 right cuts, 30 slippy fast, 2 right, slippy, 70.
Oh fuck, I must have flat wing.
Max left, max 6 right, 130, max 6 right, 250 up past the house, max 6 left, 130, 6 left up at a pole, 080 up something, 3 right, 3 left, 60.
Henry was happy with his performance, struggling to see where he had lost the 26 seconds to the rally leader over Tip's first 3 tests. John Warren and Ruth Ann O'Connor went into the first service stop in 10th overall in their Ford Fiesta. John's really enjoying his new driving style in the green machine. The pair would be more than happy to finish the day in that same position.
200. Flat. 5 left. Stop. 100. 3 right. Plus plus. And a flat 5 left opens very long. 60. 4 right plus in and flat 5 left up. And press flat 5 right in over jump 130. Flat press 100. Watch it. Long 2 left. Watch it. And a long square right. Don't cut. 130. Left in 3 chicane. 4 veils.
And there were a few new faces joining the National Championships Rally 2 ranks in Tipperary. Casey J. Coleman had upgraded from Rally 4 machinery to a Fiesta Rally 2 for the 8th stage event, ending stage 3 in a close battle for 15th, 0.3 seconds behind Tom Halton and Stephen Joyce. Making only his second start in a sweet liveried Citroen C3, Stephen Graney was only 5.7 seconds behind Coleman, while leading Irish Forest contender Jordan Hone was 1.5 seconds adrift in his first national championship start since 2022. A 6th fastest time overall on Tipperary's 15.3km Grange test helped Rob Duggan and Ger Conway to a healthy 16.3 second two-wheel drive lead after the opening loop. Duggan and his Ford Escort Mark II is an electric combination, giving Tipperary spectators something to remember as it blazed through the countryside. The modified winner last time out in Limerick, Chris O'Callaghan, had fancied taking the fight to Duggan in Tip. 2 overshoots on the opening test cost him 26 seconds though, and putting him 6th in class, with plenty of work to do if he's to salvage a result for his national campaign.
I don't know, I've no grip. I tried something today and I don't know did I do right or wrong, but look, we did at 37, we lost a bit of time.
Vincent O'Shea set a searing second fastest time on stage 1 aboard his Darien T90, 1.6 and 2.7 seconds ahead of Michael Carbon and Michael Cahill respectively. Cahill caught and passed the car in front of him on Naden's, losing a bit of time in the summertime dust as he hurtled down the stage. O'Shea dropped behind the brace of Ford Escorts on stage 2, finishing the opening loop in 4th, 2.9 seconds behind Cahill and co-driver Killian McCardle. That left Michael Carbon and Dean O'Sullivan second in two-wheel drive, ever improving since their switch to an Escort Mark II from the four-wheel drive Mitsubishi that brought them such success in previous national championships. And so, after 3 stages at the STS Group Stonethrowers Rally, the leaderboard looks like this. Josh Moffett and Keith Moriarty made it 4 stage wins on the trot on stage 4, eking out their advantage over Daniel Cronin to 7.3 seconds. And just when it looked like Moffett had his 3rd win of the year nicely lined up, a new threat came to the fore on Tipperary's 5th test. Sam Moffett was much happier with his pace and commitment after the midday service halt, and although stage 4 proved to be fruitless in terms of stage times, a fastest time on the subsequent Grange test moved him into 2nd and cut his brotherly deficit to under 10 seconds. Dark clouds loomed over the Clonmel countryside, and the heaviest rain shower imaginable gave the next New Chapel stage an altogether different look as the crews approached it for its 2nd effort. Attacking the wet roads on slick tyres was going to be an ultimate test of skill and bravery. Who would rise to the challenge? With a near 10-second lead, it was understandable that Josh Moffett and Keith Moriarty erred on the side of caution with stage 6's 4th fastest time. And on a high from his 5th stage flyer, Sam Moffett took a sensational 6.6 seconds off his rally leading brother on the 7.8km test. And just like that, the Tipperary Stonethrowers Rally was all to play for, Sam sitting 3.2 seconds behind with 2 stages to go. By comparison, Daniel Cronin had a disastrous loop of stages, dropping from rally-winning contention to being 14.6 seconds shy of 2nd place Sam after stage 6. Cronin's plain white Polo was the first to clip a contentious rock on stage 4, slowing him down in fear of having a puncture. The all-Cork crew conceded 2nd to Sam Moffett on the next Grange test before losing 12.5 seconds on the rain-soaked 6th stage. Cronin backed off completely after 2 heart-stopping moments in the wet conditions. Desi Henry collided with the same rock on stage 4, but still managed to set the stage's second fastest time. He thrived on stage 6's slippery road to set another second fastest time and moved into 4th overall, 6.1 seconds ahead of Eddie Doherty. Those electrical gremlins had persisted for young Doherty. He was struggling to set his usual competitive times without the help of a gear display unit. Paul Barrett and Dara Kelly lost a chunk of time when their Triton Shower Citroen hit a bank after trying to avoid that unruly rock lying on the racing line in stage 4. Barrett and Showers do go hand in hand, and the stars aligned on stage 6 when he set the second fastest time to move into 6th overall on the wet New Chapel test. Let's jump in with Jason Mitchell on stage 4, where that now famous rock was sitting right on the racing line.
Plus in gravel, and 2 left opens 40, kink 3 left, do not cut, 4 right over a bump, 350.
Oh shit, look at that.
50, 350, 100 from the last pole, 6 right, into 4 left, continues for 30.
Stage 6 was to be the last for the NI Sport crew. Lying in 6th overall after 5 stages, they sadly slid off the road on this gripless left-hander. No damage to the polo, but it was the end of the road.
Repeatedly 2 left in, and...
Oh, you bastard.
John Warren and Ruth Ann O'Connor show us just how slippery that tricky stage 6 was. Lying in 8th overall, John would eventually be company for Jason, as he also slides off the road on the same location. Perhaps the company was some consolation for their early exits. The second loop of Stonethrowers stages hit the 2-wheel drive pack hard as several leading hopefuls fell foul of the conditions. Michael Cahill was the first driver to hit trouble. His escort collected 2 punctures courtesy of that rock, narrowly evaded by the preceding crews on Tipperary's 4th test. Watch closely and you can see Michael clip that rock on the front left. Cal inherited 18 minutes of road penalties in his bid to keep going before retiring at the final service halt. David Condell stopped from 6th in Class 14 here on stage 5. While Chris O'Callaghan's rapid rise through the leaderboard was definitively ended when he damaged his Mark II's gearbox after sliding wide on the final corner of the same stage and jamming it into reverse. The biggest Stage 5 shock came when long-term modified leader Rob Duggan was forced to retire from his 20.4 second lead with mechanical trouble. Michael Carbon inherited that lead amid flailing competition, with Class 13's Aaron McIntyre ending Stage 6 as Carbon's nearest rival 48.7 seconds back.
Keep right for a slight left, 100 down, hug, 4 right at the gate, 80, flat 3 left, 120, repeat flat 3 left, 120, 2 right, continues for 100, 100, line flat 3 left, into flat 1 right, 120, flat 2 right through the junction, okay, 80, flat 1 right, middle over flat crest, okay, 100, slowing 1 left, continues past the other wall, and left on crest, sudden 4 right.
Vincent O'Shea completed the top 3 modified crews, 3.6 seconds adrift of McIntyre's Toyota Starlet. A chaotic loop then, and with only 2 stages to go, the leaderboard looks like this.
Josh, it looked like you had all under control, but the shower of rain made the difference, and Sam was closed right in to within touching distance of you.
Yeah, look, we were probably just a bit on the cautious side there in that last stage, but I suppose the wet conditions was just so tricky, and equally you could throw it away. So yeah, look, we have a tough call now in service. It's hard to know if it's going to dry or not, so tough tyre call, but it's like, 45 minutes or so before we're on the stage, so yeah, it's going to be hard to know what's the best tyre at this stage.
Sam, the wet has suited you. You stuck your neck out, took a great chunk of time out of Josh on the stage 6 there. It's all down to the last 2, but tyre choice is going to be crucial.
Yeah, look, the good thing with the tyre choice is whatever Josh does, I'm going to end up doing really. But no, we had a good run on 5, good run on 6. We just drove our own rally in 6, listened to the notes, and kind of when we felt slippy, we came back, and when we felt grip, we went on, and it seemed to work out okay. I didn't expect to take that much of a gap, but it's good to get it, and it'll be an interesting final 2 stages.
Daniel, you're in 3rd place overall, but tyre choice is going to be critical for the last loop.
Yeah, we just got caught out there in the last one. We were standing hard and it was tough work, but we got through it. So yeah, I'd say it's drying away quickly outside. So yeah, we'll kind of go at a safe-ish option, and yeah, Desi's coming hot behind and Eddie's coming hot behind. So yeah, we'll see how we go. 2 Moffetts now, we're going a little bit up the road, like, so yeah, hopefully if we can just hold where we are, and we'll be happy out.
Eddie, a character building day today.
Yeah, no, definitely it hasn't been our day so far. So, but look, we'll try to get the last 2 stages in and out. But no, we've wiring issues, and then with the buckle wheel came out of service, and yeah, no, it just hasn't been our day. But look, in fairness to Josh and to Daniel, like, they've put on a good show so far. So,
Paul, 6th position. Conditions are so tricky on the last stage.
Yeah, geez, it was shower came out of nowhere there. I think everyone had hard slicks. It's not ideal. It was a fair race to try and soften suspensions underneath cars there at the start of it. But look, we got through it. I think a couple lads didn't. But look, we're through here now. Probably not as quick as we probably wanted to be today. But look, to be honest with you, we did pop-off issues and stuff earlier on. We probably dropped a bit of time. But look, we try and get a good run through these last 2 stages now, and then finishing high.
Michael, it's a day for a cool head. You have a comfortable lead now in the modifieds.
Yeah, look, I wasn't expecting that at all. It's a pity now that Chris and Duggan's gone there, like. But yeah, I think maybe 50 seconds or something. So it's a matter of getting through these last 2. But tyre choice at the minute, it's just tricky. Some people saying it's wet in the stage, some people saying it's dry. So we're just trying to figure out what it is and then get the right tyre.
So before we look at the top 10, let's take a look back over the various class results from this year's STS Group Stonethrowers Stages Rally. In Class 1, Seamus and Daniel O'Donovan traded places with Gavin Shiel and Ken Blanche over Tipperary's first 2 stages. Shiel's Fiesta dropped out of the running though in the 2nd loop of stages, handing a minute lead to the O'Donovans, who held on to take a 49.7 second victory over Niall Keane and Pat Knox's Honda Civic. Craig Rahal and Connor Smith blitzed the opening loop of the STS Group Stonethrowers stages to build a 37.7 second lead over Tommy Moffett and Donal Lennon's similar Fiesta Rally 4. And Rahal's searing form continued, winning all but one of Tipperary's 8 tests to secure a 1.5 minute Class 2 victory. A burst radiator cost Moffett over 40 seconds on stage 6 as he surrendered 2nd to Oren England and Dara Mullen. A fastest time on the next test reduced his deficit to England to 13.6 seconds, but it wasn't enough to dislodge 19-year-old England from his best Class 2 result to date. It was a nightmare event for championship leaders Gareth Deasley and Oisin Joyce, who failed to start stage 1 after electrical gremlins overcame their Fiesta. Rahal and Smith's top score now puts them at the top of the Class 2 leaderboard with 2 rounds to go.
We built our lead early on and just had to maintain it throughout the day, so look, we're happy that we had the lead there because they got very, very tricky when the rain came, so delighted now to get the win today, and that leaves us good now in the championship. I think we'll be leading the national now, so happy out.
A lockout of stage wins handed Jack Harris and Aaron O'Regan a mammoth 3.5 minute victory in Class 2A. The fellow Ford Fiesta R2T crew of Angus Cahill and Luke O'Reilly had been Harris's nearest challengers before dropping out on stage 3. 8.3 seconds separated Sean Scanlon, Anthony O'Driscoll and Jack Kennedy in the race for 2nd after Tipperary's opening loop. Scanlon and co-driver Paul McGlinchey extended their advantage through the remaining stages, though, to take a runner-up finish ahead of Kennedy and Owen Doherty, who slipped ahead of O'Driscoll's Peugeot 208 R2 for third. Two Class 3 crews took on the 8th stage Tipperary Stonethrowers Rally, with Michael Orman and Paddy King coming out on top by nearly 2 minutes over the Honda Civic of Garage O'Regan and Dara Lynch. Shane Quinn and Stephen Reynolds once again impressed in their Ford Fiesta Rally 3 to set 5 fastest times in a row in Class 4.
And 6 left. Continues for 100. 300 down the middle to a 5 right B. Watch your 5 right B. 40 to a 6 left. 60 to a middle over a crest. Only 40. Tight 4 right. Don't cut. Watch your tight 4 right here. Don't cut a chevron. 40 to a 6 to the left. Don't cut past.
They survived this 360-degree spin on Tipperary's rain-soaked Stage 6, but a brush with a hidden stone wall damaged the Fiesta's intercooler and left it with no power for the rest of the stage. Losing over a minute, Andrew Purcell and Liam Brennan were at hand on their Rally 3 debut to jump into a 17.4 second Class 4 lead with 2 stages to go. Purcell and Brennan were spectators though, as they witnessed Quinn fight back with a 6th fastest time overall, catapulting them back into the top 20 and securing the Class 4 win on the final stage. Tomas O'Rourke and Tomas Scallon completed the top 3 class positions in their Mitsubishi Evo 9. It was a Vauxhall shootout in Class 9 as Dermot and Tyra Roach took a start-to-finish victory in their Nova, finishing 1 minute and 44 seconds ahead of the Corsa of Tom Sheehan and Willie Walsh. Kevin Price and Adam Darcy secured the final podium position in their Nova. In Class 10, Paul Cullen and Brian Rowan had built an early 36.5 second lead in their Opel Corsa before stopping in the second loop of stages. Cal Sheridan and Cole Leonard picked up the Class 10 lead, and despite losing 16.2 seconds of it to Ollie Kearse and Mike Cleary's Ford Escort on the final stage, Sheridan secured another class win for Vauxhall in Tipperary. Kearse had to settle for second, 9.7 seconds adrift of first, and 40.7 seconds ahead of third place Stephen and Liam Mackey. James Bradley and David Byrne set off fastest in Class 11F, with less than 8 seconds covering the top 4 on Tipperary's opener. Bradley's lead, though, would only last a stage as he dropped out on Stage 2. That marked the beginning of a day-long duel for class honours between David Healy and Sam Johnson's similar Honda Civics. The duo traded stage wins, with Healy holding a 1.4 second advantage over Johnson with just 2 tests to go. Johnson and Colin Duffy slipped ahead by 2 seconds on Tipperary's penultimate test, a move that proved to be decisive as the final stage was blocked for both Johnson and Healy. Mick Lonergan and Anya Phelan looked set to finish third, but their retirement on Tipperary's finale handed third to Tom White and Shane O'Dowd, whose fastest time was enough to usurp Philip McDonald and Shane Corcoran at the close of the rally. Ben McIntyre and Anthony McDonald shone in Tipperary to seal a 53.9 second Class 11R victory and a top 30 result in their Toyota Starlet. Anthony Hand and David McCrudden were forced to settle for second in their Escort, 55.1 seconds ahead of Paul Carron and Sean Brunton's Toyota Corolla. Evan Russell and Richie Cleary led a trio of Ford Escorts that finished Stage 1 within 2 seconds of each other at the front of the Class 12 field. Michael Conlon and James McEnany jumped from third to first, courtesy of a fastest time on Tip's second test, a lead they kept throughout the rest of the event. Russell and McArdle traded blows for Class 12's runner-up spot. Russell pipped McArdle though on that slippery 6th stage to move 5.7 seconds ahead into second, a gap he was able to control until the end of the rally.
Yeah, all went well today now. This is a fella steady run, so
heroics and everything worked out grand.
Your forestry experiences, they helped you when it got so wet in there?
Well, I don't know, maybe if I had the forestry tyres it might have helped. But right enough, we did get a bit of a jump maybe on the boys in the wet stage, so all's good, all good.
It was a start to forget for Class 13's John Pettit and Michael Coleman when they slid off on the rally's second location. Cold tyres on their Darien T90, the likely suspect. Aidan Burke and Pierce Tahiti Jr. went fastest on the 15.2 kilometre opener, 9.4 seconds up on usual Class 13 suspect Aaron McIntyre. A stage win on the repeated pass of Nathans moved McIntyre within 3/10 of Burke as the race for Class 13 honours intensified. McIntyre and Paul Lennon locked out a hat-trick of fastest times on Tip's second loop to grab a 14.9 second lead that would prove enough for the Class 13 victory and third in two-wheel drive. A final stage fastest time wasn't enough for Burke to unsettle McIntyre's winning position, as the Ford Escort man had to settle for second, a minute ahead of third place Jason O'Brien and Ger Clancy.
Yeah, happy enough with that, yeah. It's tricky there at the end, and he thought it was a slippy at the end, but we put in a couple of good times in the middle loop and had done enough for us. We were sleek this morning, but happy with it down out there. So.
Dennis Hickey and Ronald Reardon claimed a memorable podium finish in Class 14, 33 seconds ahead of Leonard Downey and Mark Murphy. A fastest two-wheel drive time for Vincent O'Shea and Alistair Wiley on Tipperary's final stage capped off a brilliant performance in their Darien T90, good enough for second in two-wheel drive and 13th overall.
Oh no, we're delighted, second overall in the National, so that's great, but went backwards through one junction there on that last stage. We were lucky to come here, so but all good, great. Yeah, right tyres on for the rain makes a massive difference.
As drama ensued all around them throughout the day, Michael Carbon and Dean O'Sullivan kept their cool to claim a maiden two-wheel drive victory and 10th overall, 50 seconds ahead of O'Shea's Darien.
Look at them, this is only whatever, 5th or 6th rally in Escort, so like to be there, it's a pity now the boys went out this morning like Chris and Rob, you know what I mean, just nice, but like the times weren't far away when we got going with them, like we're still a wee bit of work to do yet, but it's good to know that we're building on it and we're getting closer. Yeah.
Wayne Keogh and Richie Long completed Tipperary's 8 stages in their Skoda Fabia S2000 as Class 15's sole finisher. Over in the juniors, Kyle McDade and Shane Maguire had created a handy 10.2 second advantage with 2 stages left to go. A stunning 13 second fastest time by Brian Martin and Liam Callaghan on Tipperary's penultimate test moved them into a 2.8 second lead. McDade was denied the chance to fight back when his Honda Civic cut out and refused to restart on the final stage. That moved Jack Hallahan and David Ray into second, 1.5 minutes behind Class 16 winner Martin and 24.8 seconds ahead of third place Graham and Trevor Roach. Patter Walsh and Mossy Griffin held the initiative in the Historics at Tipperary's halfway point. 4 fastest times throughout the second half of the day penciled David Armstrong and Tyg Delaney's names in the top of Class 18's leaderboard, however eventually finishing 27.7 seconds ahead of their Ford Escort rivals. Malcolm Pedlow and Ivor Ferguson completed the top 3 in their iconic BMW 2002. World Rally Championship presenter Mike Chen made a dream start to his Irish rallying return in the Skoda Fabia, finishing stage 1 4.7 seconds ahead of second place David Doherty. Doherty quickly jumped ahead in his Mitsubishi, eventually sealing a 4.2 second Class 20 win over Cheney, who just missed out after 2 fastest times on the final 2 stages. Colin Brown and Kieran Carroll completed the top 3, a further 7.6 seconds back. Tom Halton claimed his first ever top 10 finish in the National Rally Championship, climbing from 11th to 9th on the final stage. The father and son duo of Jordan and Paul Hone had nipped ahead of Halton on Tipperary's penultimate test, but a water pressure warning spoiled their run on the 15.3km range decider. A superb streak of times through the second half of the Stonethrowers put Steve Wood and Kenny Hull's Citroen C3 ahead of Cal McCarthy and Stephen Quinn's similar steed. Wood eventually finished 7th, 22.4 seconds clear of the Clonakilty pilot. Paul Barrett and Derek Kelly had a comfortable margin in 6th to cruise home over a tricky mixed condition final stage. They claimed 2nd spot in the Citroen C3 Trophy, 34.1 seconds ahead of Steve Wood. With those missing readings from his gear display all day, pre-event championship leader Eddie Doherty had to settle for a 5th place finish in Tipperary. He just had no answer to the pace found in the 6th stage rain by Citroen C3 Trophy winner Desi Henry, who extended his 6.1 second advantage in 4th to 16.5 seconds over the final 2 tests. Daniel Cronin and Donncha Burke slid away from the front battle between the Moffett brothers through the second half of Tipperary's stages, but did enough to keep Henry behind and clinch his 3rd national championship podium of 2024 by 6.9 seconds. The top 3 finish was enough for Cronin to move to the top of the championship standings with 2 rounds to go.
No, nice to get 3rd on the podium and with a right strong entry here, and it was a great rally, brilliantly run and very good stages, and very driver friendly.
With 3.2 seconds between them and a determined looking Sam Moffett finding form at just the right time, all eyes were on the latest family battle between Sam and Josh. Josh hustled his faithful Hyundai around the fast Nathan's bends to extend his lead by a further 2 seconds ahead of Tip's 15.3km Grange decider. More rain arrived just in time for round 6's final stage showdown, and Sam Moffett went for broke, softening the suspension on his Hyundai in a bid to capitalise on any slippery conditions. Those tweaks worked a treat, particularly on the second half of the stage, which saw the most rain, aiding Sam to the power stage win, but his margin of 1.8 seconds just wasn't enough to overturn his brother's 5.2 second lead.
We knew on stage 7 when he took the 2 seconds off, so we're down to, it was up to 5.2. So we saw from the car and prayed for rain, and I'd say what we lost in the start we gained at the end there, and we got the bonus point, and to come away with the bonus point really helps with the championship because it stops Josh getting any further as well. So yeah, there's definitely all to play for now with 2 or 3 rounds left, so really looking forward to it.
Josh Moffett and Keith Moriarty's surprise switch back to their trusty Hyundai paid off, grabbing their first win since April and upping the ante in the battle for Triton Shower's National Rally Championship honours. Cronin, Doherty and the 2 Moffett brothers all remain right in the hunt for championship glory, and with 2 rounds to go, be sure to follow all the action on the first Sunday in September, round 7, the Galway Summer Rally.
We needed the win today, we've had a few bad rounds obviously, but yeah, look, it's gone good today first, and thankfully we're starting to get the championship back on track.
That's all from the STS Group Stonethrowers Stages Rally. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the page, and from all the team, thanks for watching.